Hi everyone. I would just like to share something that might be very obvious for many of you, or maybe it could be obvious but people forget. Yeah, so in the Philippines, there was just national and local elections held recently, so 2 days ago. And there was a landslide victory for the president and vice president, but there's still a lot of division. I personally experienced the division in the previous election, so 6 years ago. This one I was away from the country, right? But yeah, I sense that there is still a lot of that. Even though yeah, we had a landslide victory. Yeah, there um even though and I have reason to believe that the results are accurate anyway. But you know, it's not just a matter of okay, cast your vote and then yeah, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. There's still a lot of people maybe blocking or even unfriending people. Yeah, so yeah, I've even experienced that. So that was funny because I didn't even vote, but yeah, a student said, if you voted for these people, then just unfriend me. And I was just like, oh, let's have this as a teachable moment. So I commented to her, and we were close before, right? When I was her I was her teacher before. So I said, is this your only definition of friendship? Like, if you vote for someone or not, if you vote for someone else. And then she was like, well, I have high standards for my friends. I don't I choose not to be friends with people who enable thieves, murderers, etc., etc. So fair enough, I understand those high standards, but what about the deception? Because is it true what she's saying about these other candidates that she doesn't like? Is it true that they are thieves, murderers, liars, and all of that? And the funny thing also is, speaking of theft, I lent her some books that she hasn't really returned yet, years later. So maybe let's all look at the mirror first with respect to our high standards, right? So I was really thinking of responding to that and or unfriending her because good riddance, what kind of a friend is that anyway? And then also I thought, well, if I unfriend her, then I'll be doing the same thing that she's saying she's doing. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then later on, I was thinking, should I reply, blah blah blah, and then oh look, it's already unfriended. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, like I said, good riddance, right? I mean, I'm not. There was no bad effect on me. It might even be a good thing because she exited herself from my life. I mean, and I don't like that kind of negative vibes anyway. So thanks for leaving on your own accord, of your own accord. But still, I mean, I don't like that situation. I mean, do we really need to do or to go to that? And I'm so happy because there are others who are, yeah, I'm so happy and proud of the people who they voted for the candidates that did not win, but they were very gracious. Like, okay, well, let's just continue to be better. If we do not see, the people who won are not what we want or we would have wanted someone else, then let's continue doing and being the people that we would want to be in government. So that's really constructive, right? So whoever wins, actually, I mean, the concept of elections is you choose your leaders and then you all work together afterwards. You are all Filipinos or whatever country you live in. You're all together. I mean, you just have a change of leadership, but you're still supposedly all on the same team anyway, and you all want to succeed anyway, right? So, those divisions, like, definitely, if there are complaints, please share your complaints, but also, if you think you can do better and be better, then show that, right? You could tell that to the leaders, but you can also do your part. And if you just go by personal attacks, especially if they're not correct, especially if they're not even true, or especially even if especially if they're not even related to the matter at hand, right? If they're not even connected to politics or whatever the issue is, then it's just going to yeah, the personal attacks not make would not help things, right? So let us remember what are our goals, right? For example, for elections, for government, we're supposedly working this all out together, like how to be a better country, how to have better living conditions, right? How to make sure everybody is being served well, is living well, etc., etc. So yeah, we can disagree, like, hey, this is a better idea, this is not this idea, etc., etc. And then we talk it out, and then we discuss, and then we do it. Or if you think, if you think some sectors of society don't do that, then maybe we could start having volunteer groups, or or continue campaigning politically or not, like, hey, this is a good idea, why don't we adopt more of this, etc., etc. So yeah, so that was the illustration, a personal illustration with the recent elections. And it's not just about that. So this video is actually about using our lives. So we might have heard of the saying, talk is cheap. Okay, this is test talks. I just talk. Yeah, but it's easy to talk, it's harder to live it out. There are many things that I know I should be doing, or there are better ways, but it's easier said than done. Or even, actually, easier to think it and then say it, but to actually do it, oh, it's so hard. It's hard to do the right thing. Yeah, so I mean, we could always just tell others, hey, you do that. Or, why aren't you being good to me? Or, you should be more like this. But what about us? What are we saying? What are we thinking? And most especially, what are we doing? Because when we start with ourselves, right, it's more effective because number one, we only have control over ourselves, right? Right? We are responsible for our own actions because, I mean, well, do I really have power over someone? Maybe if I were the authority figure, if I were the parent, teacher, boss, leader over a group or over someone, yeah, sure, I have some authority. But each of us has power. We do have responsibility and choices and freedom over our own lives. So we start with ourselves. And again, because talk is cheap, relatively cheap, it's easy to say something, but to actually do it, right? I found that I get more I develop compassion over others in a way. Why can't they do this? Nye, 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 nye. But if I myself was in that situation, oh my gosh, it's hard to do it. Like, why can't they drive better? And then when you're actually in the driver's seat, oh shucks, that was hard. Yeah. And then now you appreciate na, yeah, okay, definitely there is a right way. But when you're in that situation, okay, it's hard. I have compassion now and empathy for those who are finding it hard to do it. And then we help each other do the right thing. Right? So, we still have that idea of what is good, what is not good, or what is better. But at least we can help each other. And when you actually do something, you are inspiring others na, hey, it can be done. I did this, it is possible. It might be hard, but I show by my own life that it is possible. Yeah, so it's great to use our words, but it's better to use our actions and our lives. And like what I've seen in a Facebook post earlier, let us inspire each other to do better, to be better. If there's something you disagree with, yeah, you can say that. You can address that with your words. But what about our actions? Are we doing the same awful thing that we are seeing in others, right? Or be the example. demonstrate with your life, with your own actions, that it can be done. There is a better way. And let's encourage each other to do that. And yeah, it might be easier for some people to be better than others. Yeah, it might be easy. Some virtues are easier and some vices are easier to avoid than others. But yeah, that's where the compassion and empathy come in, that yeah, it's hard, but yeah, let's continue to give grace and encourage each other, and hey, do this, be this, it's better. And we can also copy from each other, like, oh, what you showed is actually better than what I did. Okay, yeah. Or maybe there are times that both approaches, more approaches, are all correct or are all great, right? There are many times that it's not just one correct answer that's available. So yeah, at least we're all doing our thing and inspiring each other by actual actions. So yeah, I hope this helps someone. Yeah, and God bless everyone. I'm so happy for the Philippines. Yeah. Mahal ko kayo. Yeah, no. Yeah, so God bless everyone, and yeah, let's continue to be constructive. To be wonderful examples. Yeah, let's all be awesome. Be more awesome. Don't be too awesome, we'll be awful. Yeah, so take care everyone. Bye-bye.